Dad, have they gotten better? They've definitely gotten cheaper. Do you think they've gotten better?
Iggy, there are two key questions. Have they gotten better, and how do they stand vis-a-vis their division? So let's start with, have they gotten better? Iggy, I don't think they've gotten better on defense. You're a little better than I am at this, but I'm going to have to say off the top of my head, they've gotten worse on defense. And let me just tell you some reasons why I think so. Greenlaw's not here anymore. Hufunga's not here anymore. Ward's not here anymore. Those are not only good players, those are impact players. Those are players that you have on a really kick-ass defense. In addition, Fred Warner does not have the impact he ordinarily has without Greenlaw, because Greenlaw is a harder hitter. In addition, they lost that other defensive end. What's his name?
Leonard Floyd.
Leonard Floyd. And, he wasn't that great. He had the Floyd. He wasn't that great, but he had some sacks.
He had just about the same amount of sacks as Bosa.
Yeah. And they have nobody in the middle of the defensive line. So, Iggy, I would have to say, all things considered, their defense is not as good now as it was at the end of the season, and it wasn't that good then.
No, they finished the season 29th in points allowed, like fourth most. So that wasn't good. And now you just gutted it, got rid of 3 really good players, as you mentioned, and added a bunch of backups. They got a backup nickelback, a couple backup linebackers, and special teamers. I understand wanting to get rid of Hargrave, Debo, Juszczyk. That was the right move, but I also kind of expected the 49ers to make corresponding moves for better players, considering they make so much money and they still have a lot of expensive veterans and they're supposed to be contending.
Well, I just talked about the defense. Have they gotten better on offense?
Well, you could argue that just the fact that they've traded Debo Samuel and cut Kyle Juszczyk, the answer is yes, because between those two guys, that was about 1,200 snaps and like 117 touches that get to go to better players.
Yeah. So let's slow down a minute, because for a long time I've been saying a test of if the 49ers are a serious team is getting rid of Samuel and Juszczyk. And they did it. They did it late, but a lot of people were down on us for wanting to get rid of them, especially Juszczyk. And I'll get back to that bum in a minute. But they saw it the way we did. Mm-hmm. You're not a serious team if you have in your starting offensive lineup 2 non-contributors. Yes. Not serious. Yeah. So in that regard, cliche, addition by subtraction. Have they gotten better in addition on offense?
They signed a wide receiver, Demarcus Robinson, who had 7 touchdown catches and 500 yards last year. He's 31, and he might be suspended for a DUI he had allegedly. So not really sure what's going on with him, but if he's not suspended or when he plays, he should be a good fill-in for Brandon Ayuk. The issue, though, is we're talking about an offensive line that wasn't good to begin with. They lost Aaron Banks, the left guard, who signed with the Packers for 4 years, $77 million. And then they lost their swing tackle, Jalen Moore, who signed with the Chiefs to be their starting left tackle, 2 years, $30 million. So those are 2 of their better offensive linemen gone, and now they're worse on their worst position on the offense.
Well, Iggy, that's not good. And we know that there are 3 positions where there are big question marks: the running back, the left tackle, and the wide receiver. They've all been injured, and I'm telling you, I don't know who, but at least one of them is never going to be who he was before. I don't know which one, but that's how it works out. Could be the left tackle. Yeah. Could be the running back. Could be Ayuk.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, really, they should probably consider trading Christian McCaffrey. If they're tearing down the team and he's 29, by the time they're good again, how old's he going to be?
Iggy, does that mean you don't think they're going to be good this season? Do you feel like they're preparing the fan base for this is a rebuilding season?
I mean, they won 6 games last year, and the defense is worse than it was last year. The offensive line is worse than it was last year. I mean, are we really thinking that Christian McCaffrey and Trent Williams are going to stay healthy and be great for 17 games, and they're going to make the difference. Seems like a team that's still going to be mediocre at best.
It's pretty scary.
Yeah. Scary for the head coach. Scary for the general manager.